Well, hello, and welcome to the 7 reasons you are always hungry. Welcome to the 7 reasons you are always hungry. Now, this is a very powerful recording and webinar from the standpoint that I get this question a lot from clients. Like, why am I always hungry? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something that I should be doing or that I'm not doing or that I am doing wrong? And so it's a lot of confusion about this whole hungry and hunger throughout the day. So here's the deal. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some valuable information on it today. Make sure you have a pen and paper handy so that you take down notes and you're able to once and for all resolve this. And it's also going to cause massive transformation to occur in your life if you apply these principles. So massive transformation can occur in just as little as 7 days just by applying these principles. So the first, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, before I do, let me just go ahead and do a quick introduction about myself. I'm Joy Brown, certified personal trainer, author of R3 Diet, which stands for Reverse, Retrain, Rebuild Your Body and Mind. I'm a body and mind detox coach and an international speaker. So I am really excited to be sharing this with you today because number one, I know it can help to change your world immediately. And number two is I know it's something that a lot of people are struggling with. So it's like, get down to the nitty gritty about things that actually matter that people are facing on a regular basis and wanting to conquer. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is share something with you. You guys will be able to see it shortly. Hold on one second. All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the 7 things, the 7 reasons you're always hungry. And the first reason is because of limited water or water-rich foods. And what I mean by that is you're not consuming enough water on a regular basis. Now, obviously, some people are excellent water drinkers. They're like, oh, I drink a lot of water all throughout the day. And they know it. So if that applies to you, I'm not talking to you. But if you're like me, I'm actually one of those people who do not drink a lot of water. If that's the case, get yourself a 30 or 60 ounce water bottle, your own personal water bottle. I prefer that they can fit in a cup holder in your car if you travel a lot, if you're ripping and running a lot. So make sure you have a 30 or 60 ounce water bottle, and then all you need to do is make sure you fill it up 2 or 3 times a day and drink it. Whereas if you have to keep track of how much water you're consuming based on drinking from random water bottles or putting a cup up to the water purifier, then guess what? You could easily lose track, and you could easily look up at the end of the day and realize that you didn't come close to consuming enough water. So having your own water bottle at your side throughout the day is hands down the easiest way to consume the needed amount of water each and every day. And on average, they say you need half your body weight in water. That's how much you should be consuming each and every day. Another thing that I want to say about water is if you're consuming water-rich foods, that's actually where I get a bulk of my water from, because I consume a lot of produce. And think about it, I consume a lot of fruit, and fruit is 70 to 90% water. So it has a very high water content ratio. And when it does that, it actually hydrates you. And what ends up happening is when you're having foods that's full of high salt, high fat, high sugar, it ends up robbing you of water. There's some foods that actually extract water from you because it is high in, like I said, the high sodium or high in MSG or something like that, and it robs your body of your water. So when you're consuming a lot of high water rich foods or water itself, then you'll notice that you're not nearly as hungry throughout the day. So that is tip numero uno. Drink enough water. All right. The second tip and reason why you're hungry throughout the day is because you have decreased blood sugar levels. That means your blood sugar levels drop more than likely because you're waiting too long in between meals to consume your next meal. You are supposed to eat meals every 3 to 4 hours in your day. And so if you're skipping meals, then you're going to notice that your blood sugar levels start to fall. And the number one thing you do is you start to have cravings. And most cravings are cravings for highly refined foods, because it's like your blood sugar levels want something to quickly boost it back up. And so you automatically grab some simple sugar, like the bad sugar, such as candy, cookies, sweets, things of that nature. So the key to that is making sure that you don't go into snacking, but you go into eating your meals. I highly recommend my clients eat 4 meals per day. And in addition to eating 4 meals a day, making sure that they know the times that they're having those meals. So you want to, as an example, have every meal at 7:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 7 o'clock p.m. That is a phenomenal schedule to have your meals throughout the day. And then keep in mind, I'm talking 90% of the time. There's going to be some times where you look up and you're like, oh man, it's Friday and I'm going out to eat with my spouse and we don't eat dinner until 10 o'clock at night. That's fine. I'm saying most of the time, make sure you have your meals at those designated times throughout the day. It actually did a study a while ago and found out the reason guys in prison can have these physiques, these nice physiques, even though they're eating crapola, is because of the fact that they are actually not allowed to just graze on snacks throughout the day. They are served their meals at specified times each and every day like clockwork. And so what that does and how that benefits the body is it's like putting logs in a fireplace regularly throughout the day. So your body can keep your metabolism revved up. It doesn't have to think you're starving it throughout the day and holding on to the fat because you're unpredictable when it comes to your meals. So the key with this is just to make sure that you are eating your meals at regular intervals throughout the day, okay? Very simple way to make sure that you are full throughout the day and not hungry, because guess what? You're eating real food, real meals. You're not just snacking on stuff throughout the day. You're eating real meals that keep you satiated, okay? All right, so the third reason why you're always hungry throughout the day is because you're bored. Yes, you are bored. During that time where you're bored, then your mind, you're not thinking and you just grab whatever and you just start eating. You can think about that when you're looking at a movie on TV and you're distracted and you're consciously focusing on the movie, but subconscious, you have a bag of chips in front of you, so you're reaching and grabbing and reaching and grabbing, and you look up and you're like, what in the heck? I just ate this whole bag of chips. Why? Because you were bored or distracted, okay? So the key with that is just to make sure, and what I always like to do and recommend others do, is if you have any time throughout the day where you look up and notice that you're bored, that is an excellent time, excellent time to actually use that time to cultivate your gifts and talents, something within you, your true purpose, something within you that really wants to be expressed. Use that time to feed your soul purpose. Maybe you're supposed to write a book. Maybe you're supposed to start a charity. Maybe you're supposed to start a new business. Whatever it is that you're supposed to do, when you're bored, use that time to feed that expression inside of you that is begging for you to breathe life into it. That's an excellent way to use that time for something productive, okay? All right. Good stuff, guys. And this keeps, you want to stick around to the 7th one, because all of these reasons why you're hungry throughout the day are really good, but the 7th one is really good from the standpoint that most people haven't heard of it or don't recognize this to be an issue. And so just being conscious of this being one of the issues can save you a lot of trouble in the future when you have issues with hunger, if this is one of your problems, okay? So the next reason why you're hungry throughout the day, number 4, is because you're stressed. Stress eating or emotional eating. And the deal with stress eating and emotional eating is, I always say that that's someone trying to put a Band-Aid on a symptom. They're actually not getting down to the root cause. The root cause actually has something to do, if it's stress related, then that means that it's someone let's say that some type of conflict that you haven't figured out how to resolve. So you have unresolved conflict, whether it's dealing with a relationship with your spouse or a relationship with a coworker. There's some type of unresolved issues that instead of you dealing with it head on, instead of you dealing with certain problems head on, you're choosing to replace it with something that's unproductive, such as stress or emotional eating. You're not dealing with the main issue. Okay, so just know that when you have stress and emotional eating, that is a sign for you to deal with the big issue. Each time, look at it as a new opportunity to deal with the real issue instead of using food as a scapegoat. Because obviously when you use food as a scapegoat, not only does it not solve the real problem, but it makes the problem worse, because now in addition to you having that emotional or stressful situation in your life, now you have stress causes you to have to cause your adrenals to get out of whack. It causes you to have irritability issues and moodiness. It causes you to have mood swings. It causes you to have headaches. It causes you to want to crave and eat junk foods. It causes you to have more stored belly fat. So not only are you not solving the real problem, but now you're just creating another dozen of other issues in your life that were unnecessarily caused. All right? So no more stress and emotional eating. Let's handle the problem head on and eat when we're hungry, not when we're stressed. All right? Number 5, the 5th reason why you are always hungry is because of seeing or smelling other people's food. Now, that could be someone coming in on their lunch break and they're eating pizza and you smell the aroma of the pizza. It could be you looking at a commercial and seeing a lot of high fat, high salt, high sugar foods on commercials or on billboards or in magazines. But the key is, now obviously you can't control some of those situations. You can't control driving down the highway and seeing a billboard of French fries. However, because this is the key, that picture, that images are powerful. They leave impressions. They're all impressions that hit our subconscious and causes us it triggers a reaction in us. Why do you think they're spending millions and billions on those images? Because they know that it causes us to have a reaction, and it causes us to go out and purchase those foods and we look up an hour later and we don't realize why we have a box of French fries in our hands, and we're like, oh man, I was triggered. So what you want to do is you want to trigger yourself with your own images. And the best way to trigger yourself with your own image is to use your handy dandy phone, which most people have on them 90% of the time. And every time you pick up your phone to go and make a text or look at your email or make a call, guess what you'll see? You'll see the image that you chose to put on there, which is an image of healthy foods. And once you start to get that image and get an impression of that image in your subconscious, then what will happen is you'll start to crave healthy foods. And you'll be like, man, I can't believe I'm craving healthy foods. I can't believe I'm looking forward to making healthy foods. I can't believe I'm looking forward to going to the grocery store and purchasing healthy foods. You are using what marketing agencies have been spending millions on for your corruption and to get a hold of your pocketbook in a way that's harmful for you. You'll be using that same technique on yourself in a way that helps you get your goal. It helps you be in alignment with your goal and what you want for your dream body. So that's a very powerful technique, is to use the power of imagery to your benefit by putting an image of something you desire to eat that you know is good for you as an screensaver on your phone. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about number 6. The 6th reason why you're always hungry. The 6th reason why you're always hungry is because you're always snacking. That is why I'm not a fan of snacking. You hear so many pros and experts say, oh, you want to snack throughout the day. And you would think that that's the solution to your blood sugar level starting to fall between meals. Like, oh, okay, well, I need a snack. No, you don't. You could drink some tea, or you can drink some orange juice, or you can drink something, a tonic, a healthy tonic like virgin coconut oil, lemon, and warm water. You can drink a tonic between meals. But we are not designed to have to eat and keep our, do you know how much a distraction and time waster that is when you're constantly grabbing something to eat and put in your mouth? Trust me, I know, because I used to be a grazer when I used to be addicted to sugar. And now I have so much more time to myself that I can use for productive purposes instead of just constantly, if I'm not eating, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat next. It's ridiculous. And so as it relates to snacks, you don't want to spend your time snacking all the time. And not only do snacks sabotage you, but also sugary drinks. So if you're sitting up drinking things like Gatorades or what is the other stuff called? Energy drinks and all these liquids that are sugary drinks, or I don't care if it even says 0-calorie drinks or diet drinks. All that stuff is designed to jack you up, especially your blood sugar levels, and mess with your apostat, which is kind of like your thermostat for hunger, your internal thermostat for hunger. And so there was a study done on mice, and they gave the mice sweetened liquid beverages, all types of sweetened liquid beverages, 0 calories, sweet sugar alternatives, regular sugar. They did all types of studies with these sweetened beverages, and it ended up making the mice, like, literally, they were whenever they would get food, they were not interested in food anymore. They were not interested in eating. They were only interested in waiting to get the liquid, the sweetened liquid, and then they would become ravenous, and they would become like really hyper and just kind of spastic. And it was literally because of these sweetened liquids. And there's some people who they keep just consuming these liquids all throughout the day, and they don't know that they're sabotaging their health, and it's causing them to have increased hunger. And so then when they do get home at night, they're like eating everything in the kitchen that's not glued down, and it's ridiculous. It's a vicious cycle, and it could be stopped. All you have to do is stop it. Because keep in mind that just think about it from the standpoint of you're controlling it. Think about sodas. People who, if you used to drink 3 sodas a day, or you know someone who used to be addicted to soda and they drink 3 or 4 sodas a day, guess what? You prompted your body to drink those sodas, and then after a while it became a habit, and then the body prompts you. That's how it works. So it can work like that with something good for you as well. You'll start off prompting the body, and then the body gets the picture and it starts to prompt you to do the same thing. So you can use it to your advantage. But snacking throughout the day, snacking between meals, I don't care if it's junk food or if it's quote unquote healthy snacks, it can sabotage your results as it relates to having your dream body. So it is not necessary to snack on foods all throughout the day. So let's go ahead and get to the last one that I mentioned, the 7th reason why you are always hungry. Let's go ahead and just tackle this whole thing head on today so that you can now use these tools to set up a new regime in your day. And now you can see the difference between doing some of these things that sabotage you versus letting them go and trying something different. It only takes 7 days and you'll notice a huge difference. So the 7th reason why you're always hungry are because of this word called excitotoxins. Excitotoxins being in your food. Excitotoxins are different chemicals that are in foods that are added to foods that it actually makes you addicted to them. It makes you crave them. It makes them like where you can't just have one. There's lots of companies that put excitotoxins in foods and snacks that makes the foods and snacks scream your name, where you feel almost like you're possessed by it. Also, what happens is, let's say, for instance, you go to a restaurant and you have a meal that was full of excitotoxins. It literally, because they stay in your system for a while, and the next day, all of a sudden, you're having major junk food cravings throughout the day, and you don't know that it was triggered because of the excitotoxins that's put in your food at that restaurant. That's why it's good to make your own meals most of the time, because then you're not going to put that crapola in your food and you know what's in it. So excitotoxins is a reason why you're always hungry throughout the day. You're eating foods or snacks that are full of excitotoxins, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. You don't even know that it's not you that's just lacking some freaking willpower, that it's something that's in your food, that's been planted in your food, that's causing that reaction in you and causing those addictive responses and reactions. So what's the solution? You all know my favorite solution in the whole wide world. I wouldn't be calling myself a body and mind detox coach and spending days talking about this stuff and researching this stuff and using these principles and techniques if this technique wasn't so powerful. Keep in mind, guys, when I'm talking detox, a detox is not a fad. A detox is something that has been used for centuries, and it has been used productively for ages to help people as a natural remedy to give your system a break, to push out everything that weakens the body and mind, and to replace it with things that strengthen the body and mind. That's all a detox is. It's a specified amount of time. It has a start date and an end date where you are infusing things into your body and mind that's strengthening it and pushing out everything that's been weakening it. And that is the basic essence of a detox, and it's a beautiful thing. It helps give you clarity. It helps you to be able to go throughout the day and reset your internal apostat, so that now you only get hungry when you're truly hungry. You don't have this false hunger, this false sense of hunger. You don't have this whacked out metabolism. You don't have this uncontrollable urge for a high amount of sweets or salty snacks throughout the day. You don't have this irritability because of the power of a detox. And here's the deal, guys. Not only do I put the detox together for you, but it's a professionally guided detox, which means I guide you throughout the whole system. I guide you with my private community, where I'm able to see some of the images, some of your pictures that you take of some of your meals. I'm able to critique them. You are able to have a support system with other people in there who are also doing a detox, and they may be on a different phase of their detox. Maybe you're just starting and they're finishing up their detox. Maybe they're on a different detox than you're on. But the bottom line is, you want to get to the point where you're doing IF, which is intermittent fasting / intermittent detoxing. That means at least every other month you're doing a detox. Even if it's just a 3-day detox, it will change your mind. It will change your body. It will cause you to have control over your eating and enjoy the eating process. And then when you're off of the detox and you start eating other foods, then you don't feel ravenous. You don't feel like you have to have seconds and thirds and fourths in order to get satiated. So a detox helps to reset your functioning, your brain functioning, your cardiovascular functioning, helps to reset your digestive system. It helps to reset everything in the body that is naturally occurring. It helps to reset it and re-strengthening it so it can occur optimally. Because that's all that happens. After we just get so much crapola and get it all thrown off, it is just not optimal anymore. Especially after you hit 30, every decade different things start to slow down. You start to lose enzymes within the body. You start to have more hormonal imbalances, and all this stuff can easily be reset with a detox. And more importantly, when it comes to hunger and having control over hunger without using willpower, the number one solution is a detox. Nothing will trump a detox when it comes to getting your hunger in order and getting it natural, the way it's supposed to be, the way you're supposed to get hungry, the way you're supposed to get full when you actually eat. All that stuff can be regulated, and it can be regulated in a fast and effective way through the power of a detox. So with that being the case, I highly recommend what I recommend. I customize detox programs, and every month I customize a brand new detox. And you can get the detox programs individually. They start at $97, and some of them they usually range from $97 to $497 on average. Some are more. But the key is, if you're I started a detox of the month club, and if you get to the detox to my dream body of the month club, that's what it is. We're detoxing you to your dream body, and that is a monthly club, and you can actually become part of the club for just $29 a month. So really, that is the best way to do it, because you could be a part of the program, and you and your husband could do a detox. You could both detox at the same month, or you can do one month and he can do one the next month. But it's just a powerful program to be a part of. And when you're a part of the detox of the month club, I'm so glad that I put this club together, because you're around like-minded individuals who are doing this, and you're letting the results speak for themselves. This isn't something that you're just like, you're doing it just because it sounds good or because it's a fad. No, you're making it a way of life. That's why I like that the Jew, gosh, I just lost his name that fast. Juice Man, that's what everybody calls him anyway. Everybody calls him Juice Man. But I love the fact that Juice Man started, he and his wife started implementing juicing regularly. And when you do that, it actually not only increases your lifespan, but it makes you feel good while you're living. Not just living, but you are feeling good throughout the whole process, throughout each year. When everybody else is aging, you're reversing signs of aging. You're making yourself feel better. And so the best way to do that is to be part of the Detox of the Month Club. You can do that by going to my website, r3method.com, and just click on Detox, and you can become part of the Detox of the Month Club. Once you do that, then we'll get you started on your first detox for some of you that Monday. Or if you've done a detox before, then you can be welcomed into the life of doing it on a regular basis. So that's what we're going to do on that first Monday. We're going to welcome you into the R3 Method Detox of the Month Club. So I want to be the first to just welcome you to this lifestyle. I hope you got something out of this webinar, and understanding the 7 reasons why you're always hungry. Even if you choose to do nothing else from this moment on, but make sure you're paying attention to those 7 things, then you are going to definitely see results when it comes to how you feel, how you look, and how you behave as it relates to your meals from this point on. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You made a really smart choice by taking time out of your day to listen to something that can improve your health. That means to me that what that tells me is that you know that it's important, and you're saying, yes, I do feel I'm worth it. And I'm in agreement with you on that. You are worth it. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. Take the next step and become part of the Detox of the Month Club, and let's get you started detoxing so you can see for yourself the power of a detox. And then you'll be screaming it from the rooftops just like I am, because once you see, nobody can talk you out of it, because it just makes you feel and look so good. So until next time, guys, R34 Live. Bye.